It's been interesting to watch this story surface. Some of you may recall, we announced these payments in January.
President Obama indignant. Now, the latest twist on this story. Lana Zak, ABC News correspondent. Good morning.
Here's the situation. The United States owed Iran money. We had seized it when relations between our two countries went south.
Right.
And that's why the administration continues to say this was not a ransom payment, because this was always Iranian money that the United States had an obligation to return to them. But what we've learned now is that the $400 million payment as part of a $1.7 billion overall payment, $400 million were loaded onto a plane, an Iranian cargo plane in Geneva. It was fueled up. It's ready to go. But U.S. officials would not permit it to leave until we had confirmation that 3 American hostages had indeed taken off from Tehran. So now the administration, the State Department, is in fact confirming that we use this money as leverage, is their word, but maintain that it was not in fact ransom.
Yeah, why didn't this come out back in January and or a couple of weeks ago? Why are they still dealing with this story?
Well, the administration, and any administration, Republican or Democrat, never wants to give the appearance of negotiating with hostile actors or paying ransom for terrorists. And so there are plenty of occasions throughout history in which the United States has perhaps made some concessions to other countries in order to get Americans back. But the idea that every president stands behind is that the United States does not pay ransom.
Yeah.
And you can understand why. Once it comes out that we do pay ransom, then there's a price on any American's head for would-be bad doers who'd want to try and profit off of the United States government. So that's why the administration's been really trying to say this was not ransom, even though for some people it certainly smells that way.
No, certainly understandable. And I know they all say it, but whether it's Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan with Iran-Contra, President Obama with Bo Bergdahl, or anything else, they all say it, but when it's all said and done, they end up doing something along the line. Lana, quickly, while we still have you, are there going to be hearings in Congress over this?
I would bet on it. We're already hearing from Republicans that as soon as they get back from their vacation, they're planning on holding an inquiry.
Some people are saying that I can't believe they're using our tax dollars for this. This is an important point. This is not American taxpayer dollars. Explain that one more time.
That's absolutely right. These were always Iranian dollars. The Iranians had paid for some military equipment that the United States did not deliver because with the overthrow of the government there, the relationship between the two countries was completely blocked, and so we never delivered the weapons that we promised. But they had previously paid the money, and we seized those accounts. We haven't given it back, and this was something that was being negotiated at an international level, and as the president said, threatened to cost the United States even more money. So for the first time when the United States was negotiating with the Iranian nuclear deal was the first time that these two actors were actually talking about things. And so one of the things on their let's discuss list was this Iranian money. So it was never U.S. taxpayer money, except there was interest payments made.
Right. It was the $400 million, which was the original cash, and then the 1.2 in interest. That because we held it for all those years.
That's right.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Lana Zak with ABC News. Lana, have a good weekend. Thanks for checking in.
Too.
625, that is an interesting story. We've got Scott Crothers with markets, Jim Ryan coming up in 20 minutes with the latest on the summer games in Rio. That Usain Bolt, that Ryan Lochte story, all of that, and what's coming up for the weekend. All of that straight ahead. Big 550, K.